So tell me about not wasting anything on the farms and the manure management. What'd you do with fertilizing of the
ground? You know.
Well, you had to buy the fertilizer. You know, actually, in the beginning, it was nothing but horse manure. That's what everything was raised on, and it was brought. Oh man, my father and a farm around the corner. They had two brothers, a mother and father lived in that house, and they had needed the fertilizer or horse manure, and it had to be trained in from New York, because everything in New York was done with trucks pulled by horses. So they shipped it out. You had 3 days to unload it. So that's how they got it. You know, it was no fertilizer. I don't know how long. Oh, it was a long time. And then they had to spread that manure all by hand. And my dad, in this rural New Yorker, where they saw the lamp in, my dad saw this manure spreader. And he said to my mother, I would love to have that. He said, well, she said, how much is it? He says, $80. And he said, we don't have the $80. So she didn't say any more, and he kept looking at that. Now, how long it took her, I have no idea. But he said, oh, he says, I wish I had this. He said, well, she says, order it. He said, we can't order it. We don't have the $80. She says, you order it. She says, I got it. He says, you got $80. Where'd you get the $80? She says, I sold milk for 2 cents a quart. Can you imagine how many quarts of milk she said? To get $80 to buy a manure spreader? But that had a gear in the front, like a thing that would come back, and you push a lever, and of course the manure was all piled in the front of it. But as you pushed this lever and the horses started walking, it pushed this thing back and it spread the manure. You didn't have to shovel anymore, you know. But then it was a while before they, you couldn't buy it anymore. You had to use fertilizer. Then you had to figure out how much fertilizer you had to use for this, how much for that, you know.
Where did you store it all?
What, the manure?
Once it got here. And did you have to turn it over, or so it didn't?
Well, we had horses and stuff, and it was behind the barn. No, but the manure was in the spring of the year, and they would spread it right on the property, you know. They had it, you know, but we always had the 2 horses and the cow in the back, and then back of the barn was the manure pile. But when the sun shined, it dried it, and it didn't. You had no odor or anything.